Hi, welcome. Today's reading is about blockages and breakthroughs, and it is a pick a card reading. There are going to be 3 piles. Pile 1 with this orange red stone here. Pile 2 with this square pyrite. And pile 3 with this black, probably obsidian, but I'm not totally sure. The way I work with gems and crystals for the most part is with my intuition. I have a large collection of stones and I will be drawn to the ones by my intuition at the time. So I do apologize. I am not as skilled as a lot of other beautiful practitioners that are able to know the names and all the uses of all the stones. I work with them very intuitively. I do, of course, have a few favorites, and I know a little bit more about those. But for the most part, sometimes I'm going to call stones orange or orangey red. If you know the type of stone this is, feel free to comment and let me know. I love learning. But these are very beautiful, and all 3 of them felt right for each of these individual piles. So I'm happy to be working with them today. And we're going to look at your current blockages that you may be having a little bit of difficulty achieving a breakthrough. This potentially could be some challenging energy to work through. Looking at blockages, looking at obstacles and challenges can be difficult. We don't always want to look at them. Sometimes it's painful. I include myself in this. So I want to let you know that I am here to offer just support and encouragement. And today we're going to see if we can maybe illuminate any information to help you think of things more positively, see new directions or opportunities, or just find out any information that you may need today. So thank you so much. We are going to get started with pile number 1, with again this orangey red stone. And I hear some people outside my home. I live in an apartment, so there are people. So if they don't, okay, looks like they've quieted down. I just want to make sure they quieted down before I get into your reading. Hi, pile 1, welcome. So I did actually pause the reading for a few minutes because there were people outside, and I had the information that this potentially could be an issue with your current blockages and needing to have a breakthrough, that there may be outside influences that are very loud to you. Maybe there's a lot of other people's opinions. Maybe other people have expectations for you. Yep, and there's a train going by. Whenever I hear that train, it's a signal to me to just pay attention to what I'm saying. Just highlighted. So pile 1, if that's true for you, consider if part of your issue involves a lot of others' opinions and expectations. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it could make it more difficult to make a choice or to make a breakthrough. So the first thing I'd like to do is to pull one of these animal cards, the Spirit of Animals Oracle deck. And what I'm asking from this Oracle deck is to send you an animal energy to help support you throughout the whole of this reading. An animal energy that would like to work with you as you move through this blockages and create your breakthrough. An energy that you can call on for support and guidance. So pile 1, let's pick out your animal card. Nice. we have the bison of abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. I can see that there's a little bit of glare. I'm going to adjust my light just to try to minimize some glare. Okay, there's still a little glare. I'll try to be cognizant of that as we move through your reading. How about this? Still glare. Okay, I apologize for that glare. Okay, now I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do at this moment with that glare. So we have the energy of the bison and abundance coming through for you, for your support during your reading. So potentially you could be moving through an energy where you would like support in an abundance mindset. You may need to see a lot of opportunities or a lot of potential solutions to make the best choice for you. You may be feeling somewhat alone in needing to make this choice. And if that's so, you can call upon this bison energy to offer additional abundance, additional abundant mindset, additional comfort, additional reminders of the goodness already present in your life, especially with this teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. I'm hearing that embracing gratitude at this time could help you through this challenge, this blockage, and creating your breakthrough, because as we know, adopting an attitude of gratitude helps create more of what we are grateful for. So we're going to put that here, and then we're going to move on into some tarot. Now the deck that I've chosen today to look at your blockage is the Disney Villains deck. When I originally got this deck, I thought it would be a fun, whimsical energy to work with. And for me, the way I interact with this particular deck, it's not quite like that. Now, this is still a very valuable deck for me to have in my collection, but it isn't quite the fun, whimsical energy that I expected. And in hindsight, that makes sense because it's a deck full of villains. So we're not really getting this fun, whimsical energy. What we are getting is a look into the shadowy aspects of some of these cards. So as we move through, we may see aspects of things that are difficult and challenging to look at, things that we'd rather not sometimes, but that it's still vital to look at so we can move through these energies into more of the energies that we want to have in our life. Now, I'm assuming that because you've clicked on this reading about blockages and breakthroughs, that you are ready to explore some of these energies. But if this doesn't sound right for you at this time, then there are lots of other readings. I'm adding new content to my channel all the time, so feel free, if this isn't right for you right now, to find a reading more in line with your current desires. But if you're still here, you want to do a little shadow work, you need a little support, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to pull out some cards and we're going to look at pile 1's current blockage. So if you already know what it is, you can go ahead and think about it. Or if you just want to see what's coming up right now, that's okay too. Don't forget, you can call upon that beautiful bison energy throughout your reading for comfort gratitude. We have the King of Coins, the Page of Wands, the Page of Coins, Judgment, and Knight of Wands. Okay. So I am seeing that this could potentially be an issue or blockage or challenge that does have to do with abundance a little bit. We do see some coins or pentacles here. We have a Judgment card. And look at this. All court cards. All court cards and one major. So I do, again, think that there are a lot of people involved in your blockage and challenge in this moment. Potentially co-workers, maybe a boss, or maybe family members, or your friends, or people who have perhaps their own ideas and opinions about your abundance. Now, only take that if that resonates for you. Do not just assume if that's not right for you and everybody around you is letting you do your thing and does not have opinions, and don't make it fit. But that's what these cards are showing me. And with this King of Coins, I hear cats. I hear cats fighting outside. I mean, I feel like pile one, you may be involved in an argument or disagreement about something related to financial stability, perhaps finances, perhaps work. If it's not other people in your life with their own opinions and expectations, perhaps you are just very conflicted within yourself, and that you are weighing a lot of different opinions around this situation. But the energy that I am picking up right now is that there are people in your life, and I'm not necessarily getting a malicious type of energy, just that they have their own opinions. And we'll explore that a little bit. But one question you could ask yourself is, are they working in your best interest? Are they coming from a place of care, concern, love, acceptance for you? Or do they have their own agendas? We have the King of Coins, and I actually do not know who this villain is. He looks familiar, like I recognize him, but I can't immediately place who this picture is. But one thing I'm super drawn to right now in this card, and with this deck, I read it very intuitively, a lot like the way I use crystals and rocks and gems. I will take into account the actual meaning of the King of Coins, but with this deck, the pictures, it's very intuitive, and I'm very drawn to his smirk and his eyes. So I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is someone around you with almost a greedy energy. I mean, look at him. He's sitting on a literal pile of gold. He's playing with his gold. He's wearing rings on every finger. He's got this jeweled crown. He's wearing the luxurious cloak or cape. And I feel like this person's main interest is the accumulation of wealth or material objects for themselves, not necessarily someone else's well-being. So I feel that there is an energy, perhaps a person around you, pile one, whose goal and whose agenda is their own personal wealth and gain. And they may not be very concerned with your personal well-being or your personal wealth. We have the Page of Wands. Now what's his name? Now I know this is from Aladdin. And I know this is Jafar's parrot. I think I know. If I'm wrong, go ahead and throw that in the comments. But we see him stealing the lamp, right? Because this is the lamp, and I know the lamp doesn't belong to Aladdin for always, that it's Aladdin's while it's his turn to make the wishes. But we have the parrot stealing the lamp away from Aladdin to go bring to Jafar. So again, this isn't a super positive energy to be around you, pile one. We have dude who's only, dude, I say dude, but any gender, male or female. We have energy who is in it for their own abundance. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they want you to be hurt or that they don't care, but what I am seeing is that their main goal is their own personal wealth and abundance, that's their main goal. So they may not purposely be malicious towards you, but they are acting for themselves, for their own agendas. And then we have this other energy, maybe, and we see how the bird is looking at you, pile one, but they're flying towards this person. And they're very happy about it. They seem happy that they have stolen your lamp and are on their way to deliver it to this other person. So do you even have two people or two energies that are maybe ganged up on you in some type of way? Maybe purposefully taking your resources, whether it's literal finances, time, or energy, and using it for their own gain. And I feel like this energy is kind of the mastermind behind all that. And this energy is just going along with it because this energy doesn't feel powerful enough to get things on their own. But if they help this energy, they'll get a small portion of it. It's not nice, pile one. It's not nice. We move over here to the Page of Coins. Oh, let me pick up this card so you can see, especially if there's a glare. Again, I don't know the story of where these cats are coming from, but it doesn't look good. And I haven't seen a lot of these movies in decades, so it's like way back in my memory, but I don't quite remember it. They obviously are not looking at you with loving intentions. Pile one. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'll work on that. I'll continue to, my channel's new, so I'm still playing around a lot with lighting and setup and all those things. So thank you so much for bearing with me. But again, we see a group of energies. See, I'm seeing like smaller energies, like maybe this is a boss or a family member in some type of authority, or someone who has maybe some type of authority. And here, this is almost giving me like little brother and sister vibes, or maybe coworker vibes. Maybe you have a position in your work where you're not quite the boss, but you have an upper level position, or you're certainly not the lowest position. So this to me is representing either people who are younger than you or people who hold a position within your job that isn't quite as high as yours. And they're, pile one, I feel like they're looking at you pretty greedily as well. I feel like they're not quite in league with these energies over here, that they have their own, that they've teamed up and have their own agenda, and they're looking at you and they're looking at your pentacles and what can you do for them. Okay, here we have the Judgment card, and this I know is the Queen of Hearts depicted from Alice in Wonderland. Now, usually the Queen of, she's the Queen of Hearts, which makes me think of the Queen of Cups. Now, this card is not the Queen of Cups in this deck, but I am led to the similarities. Usually the Queen of Cups is very nurturing, who knows her emotions and is lovingly guided by them. Obviously, the Queen of Hearts is not like that. She cares more about power and her own power and how to use that power. She can be a bit ruthless. Okay, so one message that I'm getting is that this may be someone around you, an energy around you, pile one, who has the power to make a judgment call surrounding some financial issue. But instead of looking at the issue fairly, they may be trying to pass a judgment that will keep themselves in power rather than pass a fair judgment. All right, pile one, this is very challenging. Very challenging energies to work with. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Again, I'm in the same situation where I can't remember who this person is, but I want to say that she is a witch in one of the movies or one of the stories, and I think that's also right because I think that's her wand, and if I'm wrong, again, throw it in the comments. But this is the least malicious energy I'm picking up from these cards right now. And I feel like this energy doesn't have anything against you. I don't feel like this energy is trying to take your pentacles. I feel like this energy doesn't have their own agenda that they will win at all costs for, but at the same time, they're not helpful because this energy is kind of, the word that's coming to mind is spastic. They're not a grounded energy, a little flighty, maybe flaky, unfocused perhaps. So I feel like this energy or this person is someone that you wish you could confide in or ask for help, but even though they're not against you, they're not quite helpful or of any use to you because they're so flighty. They can't hold a concept long enough to do you any good. All right, pile one, you need some support and some clarification. Let's do some clarification. All right, we're going to use this, the Wild Unknown Tarot. I like this deck because I feel like this deck also, at least when I work with it, brings out some difficult truths, yet it's not quite as harsh as this Disney deck. And how ironic is it that for me, the deck in my possession that is most challenging is a Disney deck. I think it would be fun and light. And I mean, it does make sense. It's a villain's deck, but still it's Disney. Okay, but let's get you some clarification, pile one. And I hadn't intended on clarifying all these cards, but I really would like to get you some more information on these energies around you. So let's clarify this King of Coins for pile one. I'm going to get two cards. Okay. The Four of Swords, right? And the Four of Pentacles. Two fours. Okay. So I feel like rather than clarifying this King of Coins card, I'm feeling like one way for you to kind of deal with this energy, or one healthy activity for you to go about thinking about this energy, and only do this if it's true for you, only do this if you feel like it's right, would be the Four of Swords, to get quiet and still within yourself. This card can sometimes signify meditation. So getting quiet and still within yourself and allowing, you may need to allow some challenging feelings to pass through you and pass until you gain some clarity. And coming into this still place of clarity will illuminate answers for you. And we also have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can talk about saving money, sometimes hoarding. But what I'm really getting right now is the part of this card that represents your own personal stability. So what these cards are showing me right now, pile one, is that you may have a large need to take a pause before you act. So before you make a decision, before your breakthrough happens, before you're able to really push past these energies, find some stillness and peace within yourself. Find your sense of stability and clarity, because when you are still, stable, and clear, you're acting from a much more powerful place, and you may need those qualities to deal with this energy. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to get one card for this Page of Wands energy. The Lovers. Okay, are these two energies romantic partners? I almost think they might, if you don't know about it, they may be. But they are, I believe, partners in some way. Maybe you have two bosses, or maybe your finances are revolve around a married couple, or just like boyfriend, girlfriend, or, you know, not genders, but, you know, a couple, a romantic couple. Or perhaps this energy wants to be a romantic partner of that energy, and they're thinking that if they go against you, or maybe not necessarily against you, but if they do carry out this energy's wishes, that person will like them more. One more card. The Magician. Yeah, trying to create something here. I feel like if they're not romantically involved, this person wants to be, and that may be their motivation behind their actions. All right, pile one, let's try to get some more information on this Page of Coins card. Three of Wands. Okay. I almost feel like this energy, or these people around you, this isn't nice, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you what I see. Hopefully I'm wrong. Just consider if this is right for you, and if it's not, don't make it fit. But the energy that I'm getting is that these people are just waiting for you to fail. They're not actively doing anything against you, but they're hoping that your failure results in their advancement. It's not nice. I don't feel like you're around good people, pile one. Okay, let's get a card. I want two cards for this Judgment. Clarify this Judgment card. Man, I'm almost like feeling a little sick to my stomach, honestly. The Empress. Okay, oh my goodness, yeah. I think my initial assessment of this card stands. We have an Empress and a Seven of Swords. The Empress I'm getting is potentially a female. It does not have to be a female. I mean, the cards are showing me feminine energy, everybody has both masculine and feminine energy inside of them, but I'm feeling like this could potentially be a female. I'm actually even, and I'm usually auditory, I don't usually see images, but I'm even kind of seeing the image of a female. I'm gonna say it, and maybe I'm wrong, but do they have kind of short or just above the shoulders hair, almost blondish, maybe a little gray, but light colored hair, or a little curly. They might wear glasses. They're not very tall. They might look at you with a smile, but their attitude is not smiling. And the Seven of Swords, which is a sneaky, conniving energy. And I feel that this person, if this is true for you, pile 1, has the power to pass a judgment of your situation, but what they really care about is their personal power. So they're not out to get you, they're not malicious against you, but they're not looking for truth and fairness. Now, if somebody's passing judgment, this is just me, right? Because I'm a human and I have my own thoughts about things and my own values and my own morals. But for me, a person in power should, and I'm not a fan of the word should, but I would hope that a person of power uses their power in fairness. And I feel like this person around you isn't. It's not that they want to be unfair, it's that they care more about their power than anything else, which doesn't help you unless you can show them how passing judgment in your favor increases their power, which I'm not sure is morally the right thing to do, but I'm not here to tell you your morals. I'm just trying to tell you what the cards, you make your own decisions. Let's get a card for this Knight of Wands energy. The Sun. So clarity and happiness. You know what? I almost feel like this person, it's not so much that they're flighty and flaky. I feel like this person does see the situation for what it is, which is probably why you wish you could rely on them, because they see what's going on. But I feel like they can't deal with it. Like if all this is true, if all this is happening, this energy over here, it's just too much. It's just too much. They can't deal. I even feel like this person is on the side of restoring balance or health, emotional, mental, spiritual health to this situation, but they feel powerless to do it. And because of that, they're putting on a happy face. It's almost like they're being driven a little crazy. This person is very interesting to me, because I feel like they could be a potential ally if they could even, but I don't feel badly about them. I feel like this person needs support, but I'm not here to support them. I'm here to support you, pile 1. Unless this is you, unless you are pulling your hair out looking at this situation and wondering how you're going to deal with it. One more card. Yeah, look at all majors here. All majors, the sun and the moon and the world. Whew. So that person is just in a lot of energies. It could potentially be you, pile 1. I'm not sure about that. I really want to know more about this, just to see if it could be helpful for you. Okay. I'm going to pull an oracle card. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to let an oracle card fall out. Sky Bridge, possibility for union. Yeah, this person is a potential ally, pile 1. They see what's happening. They see this situation clearly and truthfully. They see the whole situation, and they may even intuitively know what to do about it and how to bridge the problem with the solution. Possibility for union. You may want to see if that person is a potential ally for your breakthrough. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is use this Bob Ross deck. This isn't a tarot deck, nor is it an oracle deck. It's a playing card deck, which, you know, playing cards can be used. Anything can be used for divination and information. You know, absolutely anything. But playing cards are absolutely one thing that can be used. Similar to tarot, they're slightly different, but very similar. This card, or this deck, also has Bob Ross quotes on each card. And also, I personally really like Bob Ross. So let's pull out a few cards. Okay. All right, we have the 2 of clubs, 6 of hearts, 6 of clubs. Okay. The 2 of clubs, the 2 of wands energy here. The quote on this card says, let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day. 6 of hearts, 6 of cups energy. Anything that you try and don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not a failure. 6 of clubs, 6 of wands energy. You have to have dark in order to show life. You have to have dark in order to show light, just like in life. Okay. So, a few messages from these cards. Get yourself to a space, and this sounds like advice, so only do things if you feel called to and it's right for you, because I do not know your situation, pile 1. I'm just telling you what I see in these cards, and that's it. And you make your own decision. The best way to know your future is to create your future. However, what I'm seeing in these cards, get yourself to a mental, emotional place where you have risen above these issues, risen above these energies. Take the time that you need to come to that stable place of clarity. Just like a cloud that is floating around having fun, you're risen above it. Approaching this issue from that space of rise above, being risen above this problem, and then approaching this issue is going to be much easier than trying to be in these challenging energies and trying to, it almost feels like if you don't do this, you're fighting, you know, like the cats that I heard fighting outside, like tooth and claw, if that's the correct term. Putting so much energy for a small amount of results. But rising above that attitude, those attitudes, even if it's just at home, finding that quiet space to do this, and then letting the solutions flow from that place, you're going to get better results quicker. And this 6 of cups, I see the quote, but I'm also getting the message to take a moment and reflect what is good about your situation, right? We had this gratitude here. There is something good about your situation. There's a couple things there. Go ahead and see what any little good already exists in your situation and be grateful for it. Express gratitude. And remember why you started this situation in the first place. For example, if it's a job, remember why you wanted this job in the first place. Remember what was good about it in the first place. And those things will also help you come to a solution that you would like to implement. 6 of Clubs, 6 of Wands. You have to have dark in order to show light, just like in life. So I'm not sure this is a good message. So I'm going to go ahead and say it because I have trust in you. And because it's not up to me what you do or how you do it. This is what I'm hearing. I'm going to share it. It's tough to share this, but I'm going to. By seeing the motivations of these people around you, that is how to know what to do. Because we clearly see that these people or these energies around you, they're operating from a very egoic place, a place of ego. Not a place of everyone prospers, not a place of there's enough for everyone, not a place of truth and fairness and honesty. I don't see that here. But what we do see are their personal motivations. And when you know those, well, quite honestly, you know how to work with it. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just going to say they have shown their motivations. They have shown what they care about. If you want to use that to your advantage, that's up to you, Pile 1. However, I am going to light some Palo Santo and clear out these energies for you. So Pile 1, thank you so much for being here. Oh, there's a train again. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. These energies are very difficult, so I feel very honored if I was able to give you any sort of insight. And I wish you the best. Thank you so much. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this pyrite, this is your reading. I did have to move the lighting a little bit because there was so much glare on the cards. So this is a new channel. I'm still learning what lighting works best for my setup. So I'll continue to work on that. So I do apologize if it's a little dark. I will try to minimize the glare or at least show you the card if it has glare on it. I'll try to remember to do that. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're looking at blockages and breakthroughs. So the first thing I want to do is get you, my cat came to say hi. She's very interested in your pile. The first thing I'd like to do, ironically enough, is get you one of these animal oracle cards. This is from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And I'm going to pull one animal for you, an animal who would like to work with you during this reading and offer you additional support and encouragement. When we're talking about blockages and challenges, the energy can be challenging. So calling forth an animal to offer a little bit extra support and guidance for you. For me, is very comforting. I work with animals a lot. I work with animals and animal energy. So Pile 2, here's your animal oracle. Ooh, look at this. Cool. Pile 2, you got personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Okay, I'll try to show you this card. It's beautiful. Beautiful picture of a mountain and trees, a lake. So Pile 2, I'll put this card here. Make sure you can still see it. And I'll just pause for a moment. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Oh, and my cat really wants to join you. Her name's Nymphadora, but she really wants to join you. Hopefully she won't cause havoc at the moment, but I'm sorry. Let's take a breath and go ahead and close your eyes right now and call up an animal, any real, imaginary, mythical, your pet, a past pet, an animal you see in a walk, any animal at all. And think about what qualities you feel when you visualize them or think about them. What are they offering to you? How are they showing up for you in this moment to support and encourage you? And as we go through the reading right now, as needed, call up those energies and qualities. It's beautiful. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. She's never done this before. I mean, yes, of course she will hop up onto the table, but she's never done it during a reading. She's so interested. I apologize. I apologize for the interruption. Okay. And just so that you know, she is very, very loving. She follows me around. She sits on me. She sleeps next to me. She loves curling up. She's also a goof. She's an absolute goof, and she's a thief. She will steal whatever she can, especially pens, crystals, hair ties, barrettes, anything little. She'll knock it over, and then she'll pick it up in her mouth, and then she'll run away. And if I try to get it, she will put it down and lie on top of it. So I can't get it. But she's just this absolute lovable, playful nut. She's just over 1 year old. Okay. So the deck I'm using today to explore your current blockage is the Disney Villains Tarot deck. As I told Pile 1, when I originally got this deck, I thought this will be a fun, whimsical deck to work with. But the way it comes through, for me at least, is actually quite challenging because they're all villains. It's all villains in this deck. So the energy that comes out can be quite challenging, which is why I have added in the Animal Oracle to give you additional support through the reading. And also Nymphadora very much wants to give you additional support and love through your reading today. Now, since you're on a video about blockages and breakthroughs, I'm going to assume that you are ready to look at a challenging situation to see if there are any additional insights into your situation, any way that you can gain clarity. Okay, pile 2. Let's pull up some cards as soon as I feel called to start pulling cards for you. Now, some cards did fall out when Nymphadora came to say hello, but it was a bunch and I hadn't shuffled yet, and I just didn't feel called to take them. I do feel very strongly that if they are meant to come out, they will come out again. So I'm not worried about it. Okay. All right, pile 1. I'm sorry. All right, pile 2. Let's see what we have for you. Knight of Coins. Knight of Wands. 3 of Swords. 6 of Wands. And 9 of Swords. Okay, pile 2. So much support. No wonder why Nymphadora wanted to love on you. Because she just, despite being a total insane goof, She is so loving. She is. And also, I also have a dog, my Molly. And when I started laying your cards out, she moved from next to me, and she's now behind me, cuddling. And she's also a very trusted and loving presence in my life. So I'm so grateful for both of them. So let's look at your cards here. There's, I apologize. There is, sounds like it could potentially be an argument outside. It doesn't sound like anything serious. But let's use that as information. There might be someone you're not getting along with right now. And I see that here with the Three of Swords. And I see you worrying about it. I'm not sure at this moment if it's a love interest or a romantic interest or other, but I see you, pile 2, worried and in some heartbreak, potentially. With this Knight of Coins, I'm not sure who this character is, what Disney character this is. Oh man, look at that. Okay, but they seem to be riding away in the night and leaving behind what looks like a baby carriage. This could potentially be a blockage that involves someone younger, or potentially for some people may involve children, or it could potentially be an inner child wound. You could potentially be feeling slightly abandoned, pile 2. I want to hug you. I want to hug you and tell you everything's going to be okay. You might be feeling a lot of sadness right now. You might be feeling some fear. You might be feeling like you're in the dark. You might be feeling like someone who could be supportive is just leaving. There might be activating an abandonment wound within you. We have the Knight of Wands. Pile 1 had this Knight of Wands, and I don't feel that you are in the same situation as pile 1. If you feel called to watch pile 1, go ahead and watch pile 1. But I feel like this is a similar energy that was around pile 1 showing up for you, pile 2, in a different way. Let me tap into this card because I don't want anything to spill over. For you, pile 2, I'm feeling like this energy is showing up in your reading today as an energy, somebody who might be trying to cheer you up, but who doesn't really know how. So maybe they're trying to make you laugh, or trying to make you feel silly, trying to help you, even if only momentarily. Take a moment away from your problems. And they're really trying very hard because you may right now be feeling really heartbroken. Look at this Three of Swords. We have a Six of Wands. You potentially could be in a third-party situation. Now, of course, I do realize that the traditional meaning of the Six of Wands is not a third-party situation. The Six of Wands is usually a card of victory. However, this deck, I'm telling you, is different. This deck carries different energies that I never expected when I first got this deck. I don't know if this is true for you, pile 2, so if it's not true, don't make it fit. But the energy that I'm getting is a third party within your surroundings that feels victorious about being a third party. And it's causing you so much worry. Which is, I can understand it. I can understand why you feel that way. I mean, if we look at her face, she's all dressed up. She's smiling. She's making, the word that's coming to me is coquettish. Coquettish. I might not be pronouncing that correctly. I learn a lot of words by reading, so then I go to pronounce them and they don't quite come out right. But look at her. She's making eyes. She's getting all dolled up and making eyes and feeling victorious about it. And causing you worry and concern while you're heartbroken and feeling abandoned. Pile 2. All right. I don't remember exactly the exact order that I went with in pile 1. I think I'm going to do yours a little different, although I'm still going to use some of the same cards. But you have very different energies. I'm going to do your pile just a little bit differently. I am going to clarify these cards for you, pile 2. I want to look at this Knight of Coins. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot. For me, when I use this deck, it is a deck that carries with it a lot of truth that can help illuminate blockages and shadow work, but yet it's a little more gentle than that Disney deck, which is just, you know, I think a Disney deck would be fun to work with. It's absolutely useful because sometimes we need to see the situation without rose-colored glasses. Sometimes we need to see negative aspects of a situation so that we can move through it. But it can be tough. It can be tough to look at. So let's get a card for this Knight of Coins. Pile 1 now. In between piles, I thoroughly shuffled this deck, and you just saw me shuffle again. Pile 1 had this card in the same position. And for you, I am getting, even though you have a few of the same cards, I'm getting different energies for you, pile 2. But here's a similar message. Take time to go within. Go within long enough until you feel calm and clear, especially if you're feeling heartbreak, especially if you're feeling lots of worry. Take the time that you need, as much time as you need, to get calm and clear. It's going to do wonders for you. Now, is it a miracle? Well, hey, you know what? I'm not going to say it's not a miracle, because who am I to say things can't be miraculous? You know, things can be miracles. But at the very least, what it will do is give your brain a break, your mental and emotional and spiritual body a break from this pain and worry situation, this pain and worry blockage. Give yourself that emotional, mental, and spiritual break, even if it's just for a little bit, because that will actually begin to reorganize your thought process. That will begin to make changes because you'll start to act from that clearer, calmer place. And I'm guided right now to have you remember what animal you chose for support at the beginning. I can't help and offer, guidance on that because I don't know what animal you chose. But I am guided right now for you to call upon that animal in this moment. Feel those supporting energies for you right now. Pile 2. Okay, let's get a card, clarifying card for this Knight of Wands. 5 of Wands. Okay, now the energy that's coming through for me right now with this Knight of Wands is a friend or a potential friend or someone who's trying to help you get your mind off things, even for a little bit. And I feel like you might be fighting that. Like you're fighting having fun because your current problem is just feeling too big. Like how could, sometimes you get into this energy of how can I take time to watch a comedy or enjoy a joke? How could I laugh at a joke right now? Things are too serious. And I can understand that. But can you take a moment to have a moment's worth of fun in the midst of this? Because all these problems will still be there. And I don't know, I'm not saying that that's right for you. I'm asking you, pile 2. Is that right for you right now? Can you take a moment's worth of fun in the midst of all this, knowing your problems won't go away? But wouldn't it feel nice, even if just for a minute? Or let's say if you watch a comedy movie, 90 minutes, an hour and a half, to just put those burdens down just for that hour and a half. Okay, let's clarify this 3 swords. Whew. Hierophant. Okay, so I feel like this is something that you are taking very serious. I feel that it is serious in your life right now, pile 2. That something you relied upon is what's causing your heartbreak. I'm gonna get one more card. There's 3 of Swords. One more card for the clarify this 3 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Yep. I feel like somebody's definitely not treating you the way you would prefer. And it's extremely challenging for you. It's broken your heart. You're having heartbreak. 6 of Wands. Let's clarify the 6 of Wands, please, for pile 2. As I'm called to keep shuffling and tell you, pile 2, that I'm proud of you. Because if you are going through if you're still watching and you're resonating with this pile, then you are in a lot of pain. And maybe you don't realize how brave and strong you are for trying to look at this situation clearly. For trying to do what's best. And what you're guided to do in the midst of all this pain. That takes real strength. It does. High Priestess. Okay. One more card. A hidden situation. Something that was hidden. Coming to light. Maybe you just found this out. Yeah, new clarity. New information. Pile 2, you're not alone. You are not alone. Call up that animal energy for extra support. You're not alone. Everybody has had, maybe not everybody, but so many people, almost everybody, maybe everybody, certainly me, has been in this type of situation before. Regardless of gender, regardless of age, regardless of life situation. Let's clarify this 9 of Swords. The Moon, you're worried about what else you don't know, what else is going to happen, worrying about what's going to happen next, worrying about not seeing your way forward. Let's get one more card. 9 of Swords. Son of Swords. Learning that clarity. Worried about learning more. Like you do want to know, but you're worrying about it. Keeping everything in balance as you go through this situation, as you begin to work through this blockage and allow things to come to light, you are also allowing change and transformation, which again, this is just reminding me again of your strength and your courage to look at your situation, to be in these feelings, and to still keep your life in a sense of balance. Like, you're not letting these feelings or this situation destroy your life. You're going to keep it together regardless of what you're going through. That is strength. That is strength of character. That is strength of mind. We're going to grab one oracle card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. This is a new oracle for me. I really, really like this oracle deck. I really like its messages. Oh, we've got a card for you, pile 2. Skywriting the Fates. Okay, only take this message if it resonates for you. What I'm hearing is this is part of your journey. That it's okay to trust in yourself. It's okay to trust in the unknown. Because even though this is incredibly challenging, this is part of your journey. We have the 49, which reduces to a 4, which is a number of stability. Even if it feels like things are very unknown for you right now, even if new things are coming to light that you didn't expect and that are causing heartbreak and pain, you have stability you can draw on. I'm so interested to know what animal you guys chose. If you feel called to, and if you'd like to, put it in the comments, because I'm so intrigued. So intrigued. And that also is a message. You can be intrigued in the unknown. Sometimes difficult endings, difficult breakthroughs are the best things that have ever happened to us. And I feel like that might be what you're on the verge of, although I bet it doesn't feel that way now. Okay, so this deck that I'm going to pull some cards from is the Bob Ross playing card deck. It's not a tarot or oracle deck. It's a basic 52 card deck. Card decks can be used as tarot readings. Anything can be used for information, but regular card decks are commonly used. This deck also has Bob Ross quotes on it, and I thought that this deck would be great to close out the readings today, because Bob Ross is such a kind, peaceful, caring individual. So how many cards are we going to get? We're going to get 4 cards for you. Okay, and we're going to close out your reading here with these cards. 9 of Spades. Yeah. Okay. 8 of Hearts. Yes. Queen of Diamonds. And 8 of Diamonds. Wow. Okay, pile 2. Okay. Okay, we have the 9 of Spades, which is, relates to the 9 of Swords, which we have here. You have to allow the paint to break to make it beautiful. So I don't know if you've ever watched Bob Ross or if you ever do oil painting, but what this is talking about is, especially when he creates mountains and rocks, and he'll use the paint knife, the palette knife, to do it, and he pulls up a roll of paint on the knife, and then he'll gently, just gently put that knife against the canvas. And when the paint to break is, instead of making a smooth stroke covered in a uniform amount of paint, it'll have kind of almost globules and little spots where the paint isn't on the canvas. So some of the canvas will show through, or some of the underpainting will show through that he's painting on top of it. And that's when the paint breaks. And if you watch him do a mountain with his palette knife technique, you'll see the way the paint breaks, and it creates this contrast of light and shadow and depth into the mountain. So it does go along with your message, and I wouldn't be surprised if you want to slap me right now, because I kind of want to, I wouldn't, this is a frustrating message, but this is part of your journey. And this card says you have to allow the paint to break to make it beautiful. So I feel like this part of your journey is just a difficult journey, and this blockage that you're going through, pile 2, maybe it needs to break, maybe it needs to fall apart right now in order to have that beautiful breakthrough, that beautiful on the other side, whatever that is for you. We have the 8 of Hearts, 8 of Cups. We don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. So the 8 of Cups, traditional, and a traditional, I'm hearing, yelling. I'm hearing yelling. We don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. The 8 of Cups in a traditional Rider-Waite tarot is that card of the individual walking away from the cups. I think it's usually like a seaside depiction, and that person just walking away from it, walking away from the cups. So there may be something you have to walk away from. And for some of you, I'm getting the message where somebody tried to tell you that it was just a mistake. And maybe for some of you, you're like, that's not a mistake. This isn't a mistake. Don't try to call this a mistake. That's not what this is. This is not a mistake. This was something that you did. For some of you. For others, maybe it was a mistake, and maybe you're willing to say, okay, this was a mistake, but I feel like most of you aren't. All right, Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles. Talent is pursued interest. Anything you're willing to practice, you can do. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is a very stable, abundant energy. Typically, obviously, because it's a queen, it's typically depicted as a female or feminine energy. It can be any gender. But I see you being, again, with your stable, you are stable. You are able to maintain being stable throughout this whole situation, which is just an absolute beautiful, amazing energy. And if at the moment you feel like your stability is shook, or you're worrying about it, my dog is snoring, I'm called to remind you that to practice your stability will strengthen it. So what you're interested in, if you're interested in solutions, practice the solutions. If you're interested in maintaining stability, practice maintaining the stability. If you're interested in creating stillness, peace, and clarity amongst your issues, practice. You'll get better. You can do it. Okay, now we have the 8 of Pentacles with the quote of trees cover up a multitude of sins. And we have a lot of information about new information coming into your awareness. Maybe it was something covered up. Maybe something beautiful was covering up this difficult information that is just now coming to light. That can be quite hurtful. That can be very hurtful. To have someone act like, no, this is this beautiful thing, and then you find out, like, you lift the rock and there's all worms and yuckies underneath it. And it's that kind of, I thought this was a beautiful rock. I thought this was a beautiful plant, but the roots are all rotten, or under the rock is all bugs and gross. Okay, pile 2. I don't want to end it here. I want to end it on something uplifting. Let's get one more oracle card. How can pile 2 be uplifted right now? See, I've kind of, no wonder why someone wants to cheer you up. Pile 2, don't be afraid to let them, unless you have something that you have to do, an action that you have to take right now. Let yourself be uplifted. Like, go within, find clarity and peace. Watch the comedy. Talk to your friend that wants to see you laugh. You know, if there's something you need to do right now, then okay, do that thing right now. But then, like, as soon as you can, take a break for yourself. Magician's sword. Confidence in your magic. Yes. Something that you can uplift yourself with is knowing that you have it within you to create what you want, to create this breakthrough, to move forward, to go beyond this blockage, to go beyond this issue. We also have 37 going down to a 10, which is completing this lesson, this challenge, and moving forward. We also have a 1, which is the magician, that you know, and we have magician's sword. You have the tools within you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything that you need to get beyond this situation and move forward. And I believe in you. We, as a last thing, I'm going to light some Palo Santo and just give you a little bit of clearing this blockage out for you, pile 2. And don't forget to call on that animal energy for extra support. Thank you so much. It was truly an honor to read this for you. Thank you so much for trusting me with such a difficult topic and such a challenging information. Thank you so much. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the black stone, which is probably obsidian, this is your pile. Today we are looking at blockages and breakthroughs. Pile 1 and 2 were intense. So as I start, I'm going to say that I'm deeply honored and humbled to read for you today. That some very challenging energies have come up so far. And that to be able to navigate those energies is something I feel very honored to be trusted with. The first thing that I would like to do is to get you one card from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle deck. And this card will be an animal whose energy you can call upon throughout this reading. And as you go through breaking through your blockage and challenge, you can call upon this animal energy for assistance, encouragement, and guidance. So one animal card for pile 3, please. All right, we have Ram with perseverance. I'll show you this card. You have many gifts No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Okay, pile 3. So immediately, I'm thinking that this may be a blockage or challenge that you may need to think through in order to solve it in the best way for you. It may not be immediately resolvable. The solution may not come immediately, but it will come with patience and persistence. This Ram energy is here to encourage you to stay on your path and to stay on it, to not get discouraged. So the first thing that I'm going to do, or that was the first thing I'm going to do, but the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab some tarot cards and explore your current blockage or challenge. The deck that I'm using today, which I have talked about also in pile 1 and pile 2, is the Disney Villains Tarot deck. And when I originally got this deck, I thought a Disney deck would be a fun, whimsical deck to work with. But when I began using it, this was a while ago, I've had this deck for a while. When I began using it, I very quickly realized that this is a deck full of villains. And although it is based off the Rider-Waite tarot system, these cards come with very challenging shadow energies because they are villains. Now in hindsight, that seems obvious, but at the time of purchasing this deck, I did not realize that it was going to be this way. But it's still very useful, and I'm glad that I have this deck in my collection, because there are many times where you need to just cut through any sort of BS and see the truth in the situation, even if it's not as how you would prefer. And this deck is very instrumental in that process, and that's why I'm using it today. So if challenging energies do come out, remember that you can call upon that Ram spirit energy to help support and encourage you on your journey to your breakthrough, pile 3. Okay, so let's get some cards and explore this blockage right now. Okay, these two came out together, and because they came out together, I'm going to keep them there as if they were one card. I'm going to look at those two together. Okay, let's dive right in. Pile 3. Knight of Wands. I have shuffled and shuffled. I have shuffled. I have cleared. I have done everything. This card has been out in all 3 piles now. Seven of Cups, the Magician, Page of Wands, that came out in pile 1, Ace of Wands, and 8 of Cups. That came out in a different deck and a different placement for pile 2. Not this card, it was a different deck, 8 of Cups. Okay, let's look at your energies, pile 3. Knight of Wands, 7 of Cups, Magician, okay. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, 7 of Cups. All right. So this is going to take me unraveling things a little bit because I don't immediately see the issue. Well, first thing I see is you. I think it's you. Something having to do with your blockage, having many options, not knowing which direction to go in. But if the choice, once the choice is made, once the firm choice is made, it will be manifested. Potentially, someone leaving one situation because of a new passion. A new passion emerges and someone goes to follow it. And although this card has come out now in every pile, each pile has had a slight variation on the way it's showing up. In the other two piles, I didn't feel like this was the energy of pile 1. I thought it was someone around them, and I didn't feel like this was the energy of pile 2. I thought it was someone around them, but in a totally different way. But for you, pile 3, I feel like this could very well be your energy right now. I feel like you're not sure what to do about this, and it's driving you to a point where you're just ready to pull out your hair in indecision. And I don't want to use the words going crazy, because that's not what that actually means. But maybe going around in circles in your thoughts till where you're no longer very clear about what it is you want to do, or maybe not even very clear on the situation currently. That you see the situation, you say, yes, this is the situation, but what's actually going on? Or you want perhaps a deeper meaning or more information. And I think that goes along very well with the 7 of Cups. I felt like in the other two piles, these cards that I put down were about the energies surrounding them, but I feel like for you, pile 3, these energies are actually your energies, which also does make a lot of sense with this Ram card that came in for support with the mental clarity. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. So one thing about having a very strong mental capacity, pile 3, is that you have the ability to see so much at once. So of course that's obviously a strength, because you can see a large amount of information. But where that becomes challenging is you have so much information, you could potentially be in overwhelm. And that's what I'm seeing here in this Knight of Wands, which is the word I'm looking for. A feeling of overwhelm. Either there's so many issues on the table, you can't choose what to work on first, or there's so many potential solutions, you don't know which to choose. Or maybe some people watching it have one and some people watching it have the other. But in both cases, in both scenarios, the answer for you, pile 3, is clarity. Because with that clarity, with that making a choice, that's when you will be able to move forward and make the decision. The Page of Wands, I'm interested when we get to the clarifying cards, because this energy is a little bit confusing for me here. So this card shows the parrot from Aladdin stealing the lamp to bring to Jafar. I feel like this is the only card in this row that is potentially not your energy. I feel like somebody else or another energy in your environment is showing you their passion, or they want to bring you their passion, or they want to be passionate towards you. Could potentially be messages of passion or information of passion, or potentially also a gift that someone's bringing to you. This could potentially be a romantic issue, because look at, yeah, this could very well be an issue of romance, pile 3, because all of these cards, wands, cups, wands, wands, cups, passion and emotions. So you may be feeling a lot of emotions. You may be feeling a lot of passion towards others, and you may have a couple options available to you. So we have this one option, Page of Wands, trying to give you passion, trying to show you passion, trying to bring you passion. You have this Ace of Wands, which is potentially a new passion, although in a weird way, I almost feel like this passion, I'm still getting your energy. I feel like this is you finally deciding what you are passionate about and then going to act upon it. So you may be leaving your past emotions to go act on when you find your true passion. That's interesting. Okay, so to sum up what I see, because I'm not sure if I was very clear, I have you feeling a bit of overwhelm of all your choices and situations. Perhaps you have many challenges, or perhaps you have many solutions, or perhaps you have many options. And with this Magician card, I see once you make a clear choice and get clear on what you want and where you want to go, then you'll be able to begin the solution, and that will happen easier than you think. We have some energies around you, one trying to bring you their passion, and you discovering what your true passion is and going after it. So we're going to start clarifying those cards. And to do that, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. The reason I'm using this deck in this way for this reading is because when I use this deck, I can only imagine that different readers have different relationships with their own decks. So for me and my relationship with this deck, this does show me truth that kind of cuts through BS, but it's a gentler way than the Villains deck. And before I got the Villains deck, I thought it was this deck that showed me like blunt truth. And then I discovered the Villains deck, and I was like, oh, I was wrong. This deck is a lot gentler than I ever imagined. So I like that it shows truth of situations, blunt truth. You know, I'm a Sagittarius, so we are kind of fans of blunt truth, but this one is a bit gentler. So we're going to use this deck to clarify these energies here. So I would like one card for the Knight of Wands here for pile 3. Father of Wands. Okay, yes. I feel that you do have it within you to master your passion. I feel that maybe you're a fire sign also, maybe not. Or maybe you are embodying fiery, passionate energy when it comes to this situation. But I feel that you have the ability and mastery within you to get clear on what you're passionate about and make choices involving it. I'm also, for this pile, I'm getting more of a masculine energy from you, and that doesn't matter if you're male or female or other. I just see you acting from a more masculine place than the other two piles, and that also makes sense with your ram animal energy with the mental, because the masculine aspect of all genders does have more to do with a mental deciding energy. So even if you are a female or identify with more feminine aspects of yourself, we all have both. And for this particular blockage, you are solving it through a more masculine energy. And because that's just showing up, I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's probably good because that's what I see coming up. And I see this, mastery of passion. So I feel that you really are going about things in the correct way and are probably just looking for a little bit of more information or clarity, or for a different way of seeing what's going on here. So I'd like to clarify this Seven of Cups Magician duo here. So one card. Whoop, that's our card. The Hermit. Okay, yes. Take the time to go within and rely on your mastery to make this decision. You do have all the knowledge and all the tools within yourself to go within and make the decision that you need to. Let's get one card to clarify this Page of Wands. This was the one that at first was a little confusing, but I think this is another energy in your environment trying to show you their passion for you. So one card to clarify the Page of Wands. Father of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like this is a card of someone who is serious about you. Someone who has genuine intentions. Now, I don't see what those intentions are. Passionate intentions, yes, but I don't see if it's more than that right now. But I am getting, I feel like this person may potentially have serious intentions. If you're questioning, is this person serious about me? I feel like this card says that yes, they are. Let's get one more card there. Five of Wands and Ace of Swords. Okay, so is there some conflict about clarity about this person? I feel that you're questioning perhaps their honesty, their truthfulness, or if they're genuine. So remember, I said, do they have genuine intentions? I don't know what those intentions are, but they do have serious intentions. Whatever their intentions are, I feel like they're being genuine about it. So you'd need to go within and get clarity to ask yourself what they're showing you, because I feel like in their own way, they are showing you what their intentions are. You may need to take some time to just get clear on what those are. I feel like you have the information. You just need to use that mental ability and look at it. Okay, one card to clarify this Ace of Wands. Four of Cups. Okay. Now, I do not know you or this other person or your situation, so I'm only going to read what the card says, but it's up to you to create your life. This card is telling me that you're not super interested in this other person. You might feel a little bad about it. Maybe you feel like you should be interested, but maybe it's just not there. Now, if that's not true, don't make it fit. Let me get one more card. Two of Wands. You may see the potential for that person. You may like this person. You may have passion for this person. But you may be keeping your options open. Okay. That's just what I see. Let's get a card for the Eight of Cups. I want two cards for this Eight of Cups. Two cards for this Eight of Cups energy here. Okay, Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So we talked about how you in this Eight of Cups is walking towards, you'll decide where your true passion lies and you'll walk towards it, which may or may not potentially be leaving these other energies here. It may be a brand new passion, or you may make the decision that the current energy here is what you're passionate about and you'll walk towards it. Maybe what you're walking away from is the indecision and what you're walking towards is your passion. Or maybe you found what your passion truly is and you've decided to walk towards it. It could be either of those. Right here we have the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Four of Pentacles, I feel like you have decided, or you may decide, or you are deciding if stability and commitment is what you truly want. And when you get clear on that answer, you'll walk towards it. Because I feel like there may be an option in your environment for stability and commitment. And are you going to walk towards it or away from it? And I'm sorry, Pile 3, I cannot answer that question. That answer is entirely dependent on you. And also, it's very clear to me that you have everything that you need for you to make the best decision for you. So don't let anyone else talk you into anything. Go ahead and get clear. Find clarity on your decisions. Just only you can decide what's right for you. Only you can decide what you're truly passionate about. And once you make that decision, walking towards it is going to be pretty easy. You're going to be able to make your decision happen quickly. But you're the one who needs to make that decision, Pile 3. So I'm going to grab you. I'm going to start with one card. I feel like there might be a couple, or maybe everything will be entered in one card. But one card with the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I really like this Oracle deck. I find these messages to be very synchronistic for me. Yeah, look at that. Fortunes. I don't think we need another card from there. Fortune's Wheel. Luck and right timing. I feel like for you, Pile 3, everything's happening at the right time for you, and that time is fast approaching. This isn't quite a Wheel of Fortune energy, but it really is very close to it. It's almost like this is a Wheel of Fortune for you, Pile 3, that you decide. This is the right time. You can do it. You can turn this wheel and go forward in your choice, in the direction of your choosing. So the message is go within, make your decision, and turn that wheel. Take action and to have things move forward. So the last thing that I'm going to do is use this Bob Ross deck. This is a playing card deck, like a traditional playing card that you would play, poker with or something like that. This deck also has Bob Ross quotes on it. I really like Bob Ross. And I chose to end the readings today with this deck because Bob Ross is such an endearing person with such positive messages. So in case anything challenging came out, we would end on a very compassionate, nurturing energy. Let's see how many cards we get. I'm going to get 4 cards for you from this deck. 2 of Clubs. 4 of Diamonds. 2 of Diamonds, yes. Oh my goodness. It doesn't, okay. Now, sometimes I watch other readers and I watch them say, oh, you can't make this up. And I wondered, would I ever have that experience in one of my own readings? And I'm having that experience right now, Pile 3. You just can't make this up. You just can't make these synchronicities up. If you realized how many decks we're using with how many potential, sorry about the noise, with how many potential messages, to have the messages work together like this really is absolutely amazing. So we have the 2 of Clubs, which translates into the 2 of Wands. We did have this card, I believe, in Pile 2. And the quote on this card, hopefully you can see it, let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day. So I feel like as you consider this blockage, this challenge, this obstacle for you, Pile 3, one thing you could do is, if you're having trouble seeing clearly or making a decision in the moment, take a break from it. Take a break, have a little fun, relax, let it go just for a little bit. That problem will still be there when you want to come back to it. That problem's probably not going to go away. And if it does, great. But it's okay if you can't make a decision right now, if things just aren't clear right in this moment. Feel free to take a break and relax, because your subconscious mind will work on the problem as you're doing something else. And there's a difference between taking a break and just taking a little time to have some fun and ignoring your problems. That's not what I'm suggesting. That's not what this card says. This card just says just take a little break, right? And when you come back to it, things will look a little different, maybe a little clearer. We have the Four of Diamonds here, Four of Pentacles. You had the Four of Pentacles over here as well. And the quote on this card says, "That's a crooked tree. We'll send him to Washington." Okay, I don't recognize this quote from a Bob Ross episode, but of course I'm not going to remember every single word of every single episode. However, we also do see the tree on the background, and it is crooked. It's very beautiful. By it being crooked, it's allowing the sun to kind of shine through the painting to us so that we can see clearly. So as you use your Ram energy for your heightened mental abilities, pile 3, if something doesn't look quite right or isn't adding up quite right in your mental thought process, it may be allowing sun and clarity to shine through, or the fact that it's not quite right may be the clarity that you need. We have the Two of Diamonds, which translates to the Two of Pentacles. Did we have that? No. And the quote is, "Let's get crazy. What the heck? Take a 2-inch brush. This is your bravery test." So the Two of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite Tarot usually depicts the person juggling the pentacles and keeping them in balance. So I feel that you have the stability in your life, that you are a stable person, and at the moment you're balancing more than one thing, and probably all these challenges or opportunities. Right now you have them all in balance. But to move forward, these cards suggest that you are going to have to make a choice. Eventually, you'll have to just say, I'm taking the 2-inch brush because I'm brave, and I'm just going to go for it, and I'm just going to do it. And that's that point where we're talking about here with the 7 of Cups to the Magician. When you finally get clear, when you're ready, when you get clear and you decide what it is you want, what that's symbolized by the 2-inch brush, you're going to grab it and you're going to do it, and you're going to be brave. And then your last card is the 3 of Hearts, 3 of Cups, which traditional Rider-Waite shows the 3 people rejoicing, having fun, celebrating. The quote on this card says, "We just show you how, but you make the decisions. When you have this much power, you have to make big decisions." So that is, I have chills. That is what I was trying to say, pile 3, that I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what choice to make. Nobody can but you, because you are very powerful. You're very intelligent. I mean, that was shown by your very first card, was shown your mental ability. You have all the power within you, and you will make your decision. And I think that this card also shows that after you make your decision, you're going to feel really free and celebratory, and that you'll be very happy as you move forward. So I'm going to clear out your blockage with some Palo Santo and tell you how much I appreciate you being here, and how honored and humbled I am to have read for you today. Thank you so much.